Okay, friends, so we're here to look at this very particular game, Game 2 of Season 2 of the Liars Club League. And it's very interesting because it shows that sometimes you have these paths to victory that are not very obvious. But once you commit to actually chasing victory as Mafia, especially, versus pursuing a tie, then you gotta look and grab into your bag of stories and try to spin a story that people will believe even temporarily so that you can win. Okay, so let's check out what was special about this game. You can see the complete information about the game on your screen, or you can just go watch the game, or you can click on the widget in the description of this video, and then you'll be taken to this widget I'm looking at, and then you can look at it into your own convenience. But like just skipping fast forward to day 3. So we have this situation in which Logan is the doctor who's already saved himself. Sir Fab and Meth are the prisoners who are both down, so if one of them dies in any way, both of them die. We have Uvda as the police officer who has 3 green checks. So let's just see what Uvda's green checks are. Night 1, Uvda checked Myth. Night 2, Uvda checked Sir Fab. Neither of them is Mafia. And then her Night 0 that you can't see on screen was on Dude Mike. So Uvda has 3 living green checks alive. And she's already survived an execution attempt on her the previous day in a close vote versus the actual alien. Uvda survived, Zwang died, and Uvda didn't have to claim, so that's why the Mafia didn't target her, they targeted someone else they had narrowed down to be the policeman in that situation. So, in this situation we have Uvda alive with 3 green checks. At the end of the day, she gets to say that her 3 checks exist, but that's not a nomination. She manages to get it in just like at the brink of time. You can see it in the clip. Just look at the timer and what it says when Uvda comes out.
Why not have cop claim now? If you're cop, give us some reads.
If they have alive checks.
Okay, no, it doesn't matter. If we get 3 green checks.
Okay, whoa. Ufta, go ahead. Ufta just
I'm
claim.
cop. I got Sir Fab is not Mafia. Dude Mike is not Mafia. Myth is not Mafia. And then yeah, that's what I've gotten so far.
Okay, that means
what were your check orders?
Let me. I don't actually remember. Can I check back on the thing?
Yeah, you're allowed to. Yeah.
You're allowed to.
Take a moment. Now, here's the thing I want to caution everyone about Banks is a big reason a lot of people see him as 100% town is because Eurus and him.
Yeah, I absolutely. What the?
Not another word from anyone. I am waiting for Alloy to turn his camera back on. So you can hear that the claim doesn't roll off the tongue. It's not very smooth, right? Uvda just doesn't inspire the confidence that she should as a policeman with 3 checks. In any case, she doesn't get nominated on the screenplay voted at her. And this is quite crucial because the nominees are then Alloy and Screenplay. Even then, due to Screenplay's outrage at Uvda's extremely bad claim, Alloy dies. Also, Alloy was silent for the most of the game. But Alloy dies now little thanks to Screenplay's actually great defense there, which we can hear right now. Screenplay, you have 1 minute. Take it away.
You haven't tried to talk or control any part of this game yet. I haven't heard you say much of anything. I don't know why people are putting you up because I haven't heard you say much of anything. So I don't understand that. But that's bullshit. Ufta coming up with a cop claim now. I think that's complete bullshit and opportunistic. She doesn't even give reads, or I didn't hear her reads. She had to go back and look and said, let me check right at the end of the day. I think that's BS. If she is a cop and she is calling me out yesterday over Zwang, why isn't she checking me? I'm not even a part of her claims. That's BS. God dang, I really want to vote her right now. And I can't believe you guys are not listening or seeing this. I have to vote Alloy now. I ain't got a choice. I don't see why people are voting him up. I think what he just said is BS, but it is what it is. Ufta is definitely lying. She's fake claiming. GG.
So you've given this fire defense, and you gotta formulate a game plan. Let's see who's alive. So we have Logan, who's the doctor. We have Screenplay. We have Banks. We have the 2 town prisoners. We have Uvda, and we have Dude Mike. So these 3 people are green checked. Sir Fab, Myth, and Dude Mike. Uvda and Logan are special townspeople. There's nowhere for the Mafia to hide. It seems like the game is almost at an end. The only way to really spin it is to try to sell that one of these three people is the prostitute. And what they do is they kill Uvda. It seems like a textbook Mafia play, but in this case it's very wrong, just because we can see what happens at the next day. Let's just look through the math. Sir Fab, Myth, and Dude Mike have been green checked. Only one of them can be the prostitute. Logan is the 100% doctor in this situation. So one of Screenplay and Banks has to be Mafia. Banks is more convincing than Screenplay, and Screenplay just gets executed right off the bat, and he is Mafia. Then night 4 we have Dude Mike. He gets targeted, then he gets axed to conceal the fact that the axe is still in the game, and this is also very important. Banks cannot kill Logan because he already axed him the previous day, so he cannot bury the axe on Logan's body. If he does show the axe, then he's dead because none of these three green checked people can be the axe. So in some total he has to do a suboptimal kill and kill Dude Mike there. But it doesn't save him. The green checked people and the doctor don't have any reason to not kill him there, especially because of the green checks. If there's still an axe alive, as you can suspect there is, then killing him is correct. If the prostitute is still alive, then Town still doesn't lose the game of killing Banks, even if he is not the prostitute. It's, given the history of the game, also the kill makes sense. It's not like there weren't breadcrumbs leading to Banks. In any case, Banks died and Town won the game. Now, let's show two alternative routes the Mafia could have taken. So first of all, during night 4, the Mafia could have targeted Sir Fab or Myth. It doesn't really matter which one of the two of them you target. Then they both die. You axe Dude Mike's hand, and you're left with a 3-person endgame with 2 votes, which is a tie. Banks said he didn't like that endgame. He said he wasn't playing for a tie, he was playing for a win. But if you're playing for the win, you can't take this line. There's just not enough townspeople left to do anything cute. So let's look at the winning line. For the winning line, you go back to night 3 and you look at the situation. And instead of killing Uvda, whose information one way or the other you have to contest, you have to kill Logan. You axe Uvda's tongue. She can't speak, she can't participate or get her check out there. And then Uvda probably checks Banks. She did do that in the game. And then gets that he is Mafia. So in a showdown between Uvda and Banks, you have to spin the better story. Maybe you lose, maybe you win. But if you're playing for the win, you have to take that chance. Maybe you let Screenplay fight against Uvda if she checks him. Maybe she does something goofy and checks Logan by mistake. You gotta let Uvda make another mistake to win the game, is the point I'm trying to make here. In any case, this was a very interesting game. I absolutely encourage you to check the VOD. I'm gonna link it down below. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in to watch more of the League games. They're absolutely amazing. And we'll see you very soon. Take care.
If I wanted a tie, I had a tie.
That's true. That's true. You had a tie.
Right.
But
If I wanted a tie, I had a tie. That's
Yep.
why I thought that somebody asked me that question.
Yep.
And I was truthful. I would never tie. I think that's...
Yeah.
I would never play for a tie.
We appreciate
Hey, I mean,
you.
He says this now until he's halfway through the season, and
And
he
then
has
when he's tying,
You wish he had a few ties to get to finals. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't care.
yep.
I could have already had a tie.
We like
Already.
We like
100%
And
lock.
now you are a proud owner of a loss instead.
2 losses.
Logan, don't be a jackass.
Okay, I'm sorry, but like,
you're,
don't
you're about to get a stack.